We're done arguing. We're done trying to rationalize anything. 12 days to go. This is all about knocking on doors, making phone calls, sending emails. It's now all about which side can get their folks out. It's all about keep everything respectful. When you're with me, there isn't a member of Congress that gets directly in front of people more than I do. Friend and foe. Republican and Democrat. Miss Duckworth doesn't do a lot of this. A lot of politicians don't do a lot of this. I have done this for 2.5 years. I'm not going to stop. When you're with me, there's always one rule. And if you can't abide by this rule, go eat dinner in the other room. Respect. Respect Duckworth. Respect Walsh. Respect every opinion in this room. If you can't do that, please leave. I'll say that with a smile on my face. Please leave. Give me 1 minute and then we'll open this up to questions. I'm going to end this campaign. Come on in. Don't be bashful. Welcome. You're welcome. Come on in, make yourself comfortable. We may want to close that door just so I can be heard. We'll open it as people come in. Thanks, guys. I just don't want my voice to have to get too loud. Open it as people come in, open it. Otherwise, let's keep the door closed. I'm going to end this campaign as I began. You know, again, there's very little inconsistent about me. There's very little subtle about me. I said 2 years ago, I said after I won in 2010, I said 2012, that next election 2 years down the road, that's now 12 days away from us, is the most important election in this country's history. Put that on ringer, on vibrate.
It's Tammy.
Hi, Tammy. Tammy. She's right there. She's filming me. That's what Miss Duckworth does really well. She films Congressman Walsh really, really well. This is the most important election in this country's history. Because this country has to decide which direction it's going to go.
Oh, okay. That's a lousy night, anyway.
You're killing me. You're killing me. Thanks. Tell her you love her. You'll call her back in an hour.
All right, thank you. I'll call you back.
This great country has to decide what they're going to do. And you know what? As a country, we have politicians just like Miss Duckworth who campaign by avoiding the tough issues, by just saying, I'm going to give you things, I'm going to promise you things. They measure every single word they say. And you've had a congressman named Walsh who's campaigned for a year saying, you know what, America? Boy, that looks good. You know what, America? I'm not going to promise you things. I'm not going to give you things. Young and old, rich and poor, white, black and brown, men and women. I'm going to ask you as a voter this year to grow up. I'm going to ask you as a voter this year to be part of a country, and part of a government that finally pays its bills, that lives within its means, and that doesn't bankrupt future generations. And the question is, it's always been the million-dollar question. Are we as a country ready to accept that message? Lord knows President Obama doesn't want us to be. Lord knows Tammy Duckworth doesn't want us to be. They're part of the old way. They're part of the old way. They've been campaigning this year, group to group. Men, women, seniors. It's like they drew a map and they broke all of America up into these little groups. And what Tammy Duckworth is doing, what President Obama is doing, is going to each one of these little groups and trying to scare them and trying to promise them something. Not this year. Not this year. We're all Americans, and all of us, not just our politicians, all of us have gotten us to a point where this country is about to tip off a cliff. Because we're flat broke, and we're not growing, and we're not working. And the next politician that tells you the unemployment rate in this country is 8.1 or 7.9%, shake your head, turn around and walk away. The real unemployment rate in this country is 15 to 19%. I've asked Tammy Duckworth to do this with me since she won the primary back in March. But of course she said no. Because Miss Duckworth doesn't like to get in front of people. Because, you know, when you do something like this, thankfully nobody's recording this. When you do something like this, every word you say is filmed. I've got Miss Duckworth over there filming me. I've got these liberal super PACs filming me. Because it's a game. It's a game to them. Their game is to try to get you to say something you might regret. To try to get you to say something stupid. That's what Miss Duckworth does. She doesn't want to get in front of you. She'd rather film Congressman Walsh. And you know what I say to Republicans and Democrats? If you're a candidate this year, and you're trying to get people to vote for you this year, and you don't have the decency to get in front of as many voters as you can this year, you don't deserve someone's vote. Tammy Duckworth has turned down 13 debate invitations. 13! From groups inside the district, from groups outside the district. She said no to the AARP. How can you do that?
There's a switch.
She said, there's a switch. She said no to the League of Women Voters. Talk about a home court advantage. How can she say no to that? She said no to groups up and down this district. Because she believed really confidently about 6 months ago, some really important people named Axelrod, Emanuel, and Durbin, they drew a district for Miss Duckworth.
Forget Nancy.
They drew a district for Miss Duckworth. So you can't blame her. She feels entitled to this district. She never thought this would be a race. So now here we are 12 days out. It's a race. It's a race. It's a race because no politician should feel that entitled. Nobody should be given a district. You have to earn a district. And finally, last thing I'll say before we open it up to questions. It's a race because Miss Duckworth has said repeatedly, that we are better off now than we were 4 years ago. If you believe that, you're not voting for me. If you believe that, you're not voting for me. I don't believe that. We fill up our tanks every day. We go to the grocery store every day. We know how many Americans are unemployed. We know what this district looks like with businesses boarded up. We know, Republican, Independent, Democrat, we are not better off than we were 4 years ago, but we should be. We should be. I wish and hope and pray my election in 12 days comes down to that question. I want every voter to go into the booth and to say, if they truly say we're better off now than we were 4 years ago, they're not going to vote for Walsh. But if you don't think we're better off, but you believe we should be, you're going to vote for me. And Republican, Independent, and Democrat, that's most of the people in this district. And because Tammy said that a month and a half ago, this district has stood up and it said, Miss Duckworth, boy, that's just not right. It's not right that you feel that way. We're struggling. My brother's unemployed. My sister lost her house. When was the last time, Miss Duckworth, you bought a tank of gas? My savings have gone down into the basement. The value of my home has gone like this. Miss Duckworth, Where have you been campaigning? For somebody to be that out of touch, I think the district's gotten it. We know we should be better. So, let me stop there. Let's open this up to any question or thought you might have. Remember, everybody, every opinion in the room deserves respect. I may not look like a big brawny guy, but if I have to, I'm going to boot you out of here. Yes, sir.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Tonight. I work for a rather large corporation. My healthcare costs have gone up exponentially this year. Exponentially. I can clearly see the Obamacare rolling through our program because it's got a lot of the same verbiage and all that kind of stuff. Free preventive care, that's a joke. It's not free. It doesn't hardly include anything. What's your thoughts about that? Thanks.
We knew this was going to happen. See, here's part of the beauty of Obamacare. It passed, what, a couple years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago? Almost every week since it's passed, we've learned something bad about it. We've learned something bad about it every week or month, to the point now where 24 or 600 groups, businesses, organizations, and unions have exempted themselves from the law because they know how bad it is. One of the things we've learned is, unlike what President Obama said, your premiums won't go up. Premiums are going through the roof. Primarily directed because of Obamacare. The expectation, already beginning to feel some of the aspects of Obamacare. Folks, let me be clear because I want to take a lot of questions. If you're going to vote on one issue, vote on this. Oh, please vote on this. Obamacare will impact every aspect of America. It's driving up our debt. It's killing small businesses. It's driving up our premiums. It's going to put everybody on government-run health care. Doctors are leaving the profession in droves because of Obamacare. Seniors on Medicare Advantage, enjoy it while you can. The goal of Obamacare is to push every senior off of Medicare and onto Medicaid, government-run health care. It's going to begin with Medicare Advantage. Let's not forget to help pay for Obamacare. Obama cuts $716 out of $716 billion. I'd take $716 billion out of Medicare over the next 10 years, and that's going to go up. Guys, politicians love to try to complicate stuff. This ain't complicated. If President Obama were in front of us, he'd say, yes, Congressman Walsh. The point of Obamacare was I wanted it to be the first giant step toward government-run health care. And that's where it's going. If that's what you believe in, God bless you, that's what you're going to get. Ms. Duckworth has said, Obamacare doesn't go far enough. I believe in government-run health care. If that's where you are, she should have your vote. What else, folks? All the way in the back. I'm blinded, but I can sort of see it. All right. Welcome.
Yeah. In a previous meeting, you mentioned all the things that you do like about affordable health care, correct?
About the Affordable Health Care Act?
Yeah, some of the...
You'd have to remind me, because I don't know what I like about it.
When, let's see, allowing your child to be on the age 26.
Let me stop you with that one, then you can go on to another one. 35 states already had that before Obamacare. And in fact, many states let children stay on beyond the age of 26. So we didn't need Obamacare to do that. Keep going.
There was that. There's the, I'm trying to think some, I don't want to just tell you what I liked about it.
Tell me what you like. It's you've got the floor.
At that time, you listed 3 or 4 things that you said, yeah, I like that about it. What was the, cannot be denied care because of pre-existing condition.
Again, pre-existing conditions is a reform I believe in. You do not need Obamacare to do that. Most states have their pre-existing coverage. Didn't need Obamacare to do that.
But not all. And so whatever, when you